All right. Welcome to the stream. Finally have some time off to actually stream a bit more often. Today we got the Hunt for History, and I noticed I have well over 300 of these on this account, and I thought to myself, why not stream that and potentially have something worth having on my Archer March. And archers right now are the hot topic, and right before the stream, I got a dispatch and I got this armor right here. Only thing I did was reroll health 2 times, and pretty happy with this one, especially because this is one of the better rare inscriptions you can get, and probably the one that I wanted the most if you're talking about rares. So very nice upgrade. I thought about doing some archer transmutations. Maybe I'll just do the hunter, but even that I'm kind of not too favorable, because I still need to buy 3 stones, which I'm kind of on the fence about, honestly. So we're gonna see how that goes. But what I gotta say is, I noticed there's every day, like since yesterday, I noticed there's at least one conversion fragment, so that is very encouraging. And if you check my community post, you always have to want to scroll down before you actually do your auto dispatch, because if you scroll down, chances are you already have a fragment already there, and the system does not put it as a priority, so it will kind of leave it behind unless you do it manually yourself. So very important thing to do. I did this mistake yesterday myself, and I don't want you to do it again. But also we've seen pretty huge news about pilots. I'm pretty happy with this change. I don't use pilots, I don't pilot, and the fact that we might be getting a kind of like the game we had 2-3 years ago is actually something that's very good for the game long term, and it's what actually makes it a bit more realistic. Because if you have a kingdom that's just has 24/7 uptime, it doesn't have a downtime, it just feels like you're playing against bots, and that's not that's not the experience you want to have. So very happy with this pilot update. And yeah, we got oil on the way. We got, what else we got? The new archers. Well, probably make a simple video about the new archers as a free to play. I'm going to skip those archers because those archers are not going to benefit your QSH and ZL March. It's pretty much designed to be paired with someone like Herman, in my opinion. Herman ticks all the boxes. He gives you all those type of debuffs you can get from the poison. He also has buffs, and he also has a debuff with March speed if you get Cage of Thorns, which I think having 1 point here instead of a point right here, example, is a very good reward ratio. So if I was running Herman primary, I would do this build with just 1 point in Cage of Thorns and remove 1 point from here, and just run it like this. Potentially. Obviously, getting this emergency protection improved emergency protection is going to help you be more tankier, and the new Turkish guy is very tanky as well, so very good. And the rest, another garrison guy doesn't seem too interesting to me, so might skip, even though I might, try to have a garrison commander on this account for archers, because I have the Zine skin here with attack. But it is what it is. But let's see. So what do I want to dig for? Well, I have 2 archer marches, and this epic helmet is kind of ruining the whole vibe here. And I'm going for the dragon set helmet, just so I can have 2-piece Maybe if I can combine, I can have like a 4-piece set. So 4 pieces gives me skill damage, which is really good on QSH. So I might have a 4-piece dragon set right here with 2 leadership pieces, and then I have like 2 pieces on my other Archer March. Yeah, something like that, I guess. We'll see, but might even get... If I get the KVK helmet though, what will that do? The KVK helmet would be better though, maybe. But without the KVK helmet, I cannot get the bonus, right? Okay, Dragon Gloves. Dragon Gloves, Dragon Bow, Dragon Helmet. I would need 1 more piece. Well, kind of hard to get that piece, not gonna lie. But I still get the blueprint because I think it's going to be very achievable. And we're gonna get some mats along the way. So let's get those mats. So I have a method, it's on the King's Codex, and I roughly use it. Like I just do it from my own memory, even though it's kind of like spam clicking a bit. But see, if we have this one here, so I'm going to go for the sides again. We might get something useful. Like here, like what did I tell you? Might even clip this. So 1 shot, 1 kill. Let's go. 3 floors with like 7 hammers. Pretty good. So since we got this one right here, I'll try the other way around. Always play the opposites a bit. Okay, this one's a bit sloppy. But okay, so as you can see, always take in mind the positions of the loot. So if it's going to be here, it's not going to be here again. So just have to be a little bit strategic about it, as you can see right here. And we already are treasure 5 with 20 something hammers. Pretty damn good. So we're going to go with the dragon. Yeah, let's go with the dragon. So this one is a bit different because it's not the same type of level. So we're gonna go and see what we get. No. Yeah, this might be one of those levels. Yep, it's going to be one of those. Okay. It's going to be the last one. Of course. Of course. Nonetheless, 8 fragments. Still good value. Okay, so this one very close apart. Yeah. This is going to be an ugly one. Okay, in the middle. Rough so far. Bottom corner, okay. Haven't seen many of these right in this spot. All right, floor 10. Floor 10 took me 100. Yeah, 100 hammers. We currently have 9 fragments, so with this one we get 17, which would be pretty good. Nice. All right, we still got well over 200. We're currently floor 12. Interesting. I've never done more than 5, so this is uncharted territory for me. Okay, so there was one here and one here. Interesting. So we started with 342. So we got 140 out of the way, and we're currently floor 13. So on average, that's like... yeah, I can't do a math right now. But I would say it's still trading kind of positive when it comes to the ratio. Especially now, level 14. Aha, one tap once again. I think this summon is great for pattern recognition people. If you notice patterns, and obviously there is always RNG involved, but it's really going to be in the same spot every time. And I think I'd never actually witnessed that. Okay, this one. At least I'm getting like mats and stuff. So I'm not getting any type of value. No, don't look at me like this. Okay, there we go. So top row. Okay, top row again. Interesting. Rip. One tap. So this is like my third floor, maybe fourth floor with one taps. Very satisfying. Okay. I think we can reach 25 easily. Unless I get really wrecked, which is always a possibility. Oh my god. What is this? Ah, I need a lot of one taps to make that happen now. Nice. Nice. All right. 24. $25. There we go. Ah, no. It's gonna be one of those floors. Yeah, that's gonna be the last one. I can feel it. Ha. All right, quick check. Okay, we got more than enough. Oh, I got 41 of these. Great. And yeah, I still need some mats to actually make this happen. Expensive piece. But is there something that I'm close to making? So Bennett can be bought from the dig event. The leadership stuff, I don't know. Probably not to play. Let's see what the Gorgo needs. Does she need something? Well, I can get the gloves. This is tier 5, tier 5, tier 4. We got the hammer. Apologies. I could get the hope cloak actually, because it will give me more troop capacity. This will give me more attack. So I only got one hope cloak fragment. But do I? I got 12, so 13. We also got 13 of gloves. Ian's choice, Navarre's control. And we can get this as well. Wow, okay. So I'll probably get one Greatest Glory. So I can make that tier 5. Yeah. Oh wait, these are fragments. Ah. Let's see. Let's see if we can reach. I can finish this with gems or tomorrow. But I still have some free ones as well. With barbs. Yeah, I can get that with barbs and some forts. We'll see. So the method is always go for the corners first, and then if you get in a corner, try to get one in the next floor, try to go for the middle one. So things like here. It's not foolproof, but it can happen. And this is going to be one of those floors. Yeah, okay. Let's kill these barbs real quick. Okay, that's one. So currently we are registering for Tides of War. We're still in the matchmaking phase. We don't know who we're gonna face, but Tides of War is a KK where it plays to our strengths. Because the 85 doesn't have a lot of fields, plus the garrison captains don't need to be refreshed and switched, so we put our garrisons there and we just fill it, which is great, which is what we usually do anyway. And plus the tides give you a lot of march speed, and I like that personally. Hey, what's good, Rolf? How you doing, bro? Alright, we still got 2 hammers, 3 hammers. Right. What? Did I not claim them? Well, I only got 1 hammer. What the hell? Alright, we got 4 spots and 2 hammers. There's going to be 50% chance that I actually hit the mark. Okay. So the conversion, the wedge 2 stuff, luckily I didn't do any conversions on this account. But when it comes to inscriptions and stuff, I'm pretty happy with this, except, I don't know, Hunter. Hunter is not really designed for QSH, really. So I might just do that on stream and keep the other Hunter here. This one is a bit more viable. Strategic. This is spiked. Yeah, strategic. This one has more stats. Yeah, I'll stay with that one for now. Reflector is not bad. Nah. Okay. One hammer. Here? No. 3 more chances. Överrätta farmama. Floor 27. We had 342 hammers at the start. I would say it's decent ratio. I did like 3 or 4 one-tap floors, but then I got some that required basically every hammer. So I guess it always kind of evens it out. If you get a one-tap on the one floor, you're bound to like clean up the whole floor, the next one or the next one after that. So the game is balancing itself out, and you can't have too much value. You know, that happens with wheels as well. If you get like an 8 spot, you're bound to have some shitty spins after the 8 spot because, you know, diminishing returns and all that. It's just how the game is designed. The house always wins type of rule. And now we're basically gambling as well because there's a 50, even less, like 33% chance that I get it right. So very RNG involved, and we got 1 or 2. Yeah, we got 1 hammer. So 33% chance. I'm just checking on the screen. I'm not seeing your guys' messages on the screen, so I have to fix that after the stream. Most likely, I did some changes there. Unfortunate, it doesn't actually register. Alright, the moment of truth is here. We got 1 hammer, 3 spots. 1 hammer, 3 spots. Okay. Nice. Alright. So 342 hammers gets you to floor 28. Now this is the first time I've actually gone past like floor 6, so I don't know if this is like good, great, bad, but I'm pretty sure it's not terrible, and it might be even good. So how good is it? We have to ask like the whales in the game and on the channel probably, who can run this amount of hammers. So this is new territory for me myself. Even after all these years, there's always something new. And this account is going to be in KVK, but I'm only going to do it so I can get some conquest coins, and I'll try to get as many kills as I can with the amount of resources that I can. So obviously not a lot. I'll try to get some resources on this account just to get me enough for a couple conquest coins achievements, because for 2 reasons. This account is a garrison in arc account, and I have this hammer, which is 75 out of 100, so I need 1 refine, and it is currently tier 4, so I need 1 more blueprint to make it tier 5. So 2 blueprints, 4 coins, and Probably get one more Greatest Glory to make this tier 5 as well in the future. And then, ah fuck, I also have this one. So I need like 6 coins in 1 KVK. Or do I have the blueprint? Let's check. No, I do not. So I need 6 coins. Yikes. That is a lot of coins. It can be done though. I just have to see what are the new achievements, because they added, or I should say removed, conversion stones from achievements. So I have to see what they did. Maybe they did some more tweaks, maybe they didn't, but suffice to say, I hope they revert that change, because we're getting more conversion stones. Makes it more enticing to play in KVKs. I actually just saw the message on the screen. I just have to make it to it so it doesn't disappear. Okay, okay. So the new archer. Well, first impressions. The field commander seems very like complicated, convoluted. But here's from my free-to-play perspective. Once I've seen he doesn't have like reduced rage requirement, like Sun Tzu for example. He has target type single, and he does some type of AoE kind of like Sun Tzu, but not really. He's doing like debuffs and buffs, and I would just personally recommend people, like free-to-play people, to stay away from that. You keep the rich whales, experiment with that first. But if you're running one Archer March, I would really not go beyond QSH and YSG and or Zuge. Myself, I currently run one Archer March on my free-to-play account, and I will not make any changes to that lineup, because the new archers, they don't really where is it? They don't really do any boost to skill damage. Like, they're doing their own thing. They're kind of like trying to do healing. They're trying to do like buffs and debuffs, and the only real natural pairing for it is Herman, because you know, if you pair QSH with if you pair Zugi with QSH, you have Herman going on the bench, and they try to make Herman more relevant again. I think Herman makes even more sense, because with Wedge 2, every skill damage commander is going to have more damage or skill damage on the field. And the fact that you get more stacks, which makes archers take more skill damage, I think this is by design. They're trying to make everything go into plan that to make Herman as impactful as possible, and maybe than he's ever been. And we shall see how that goes. Obviously, the more of these you have on the field, the better. But if you don't have a lot of these, you probably won't suffer or see too many consequences. Now, the archer one, I actually haven't really. Actually, we're gonna do it right now. I actually haven't seen too many about him. But once again, standard rage requirement. He does single target damage. He gains the effect which is healing. And after CY, I don't know, I'm kind of cautious about healing and stuff. It hasn't been too great. Obviously, it has its moments sometimes, but it's not really something that you could rely on. Then when it comes to stats, 30% attack, 10% health, that's not really something that's, you know, wow. Especially archers kind of want the health. But the attack actually is nice scale as well. And it takes less smite damage, so obviously counter to Ivar infantry rally, in a way. As a Gears commander, you get 10% defense, so you're getting 50% of stats, 10% damage mitigation. For every twist is a basic attack, okay. Dealt, okay. This commander should immediately deals direct damage. And it can trigger up to 6 times per second. So this is the anti-swarm skill 1200, but there's a 4-second cooldown. So this is not something that makes you safe, honestly. Not something that I would rely on. 10% bonus to heal and shield effects. So this is like that formation. It's not the Testudo, but circle formation. Maybe the Testudo. The Testudo does both healing and shielding, but who really do? Let's check. Let's check the inscriptions for the Testudo. Yeah, this is the one. So Codex Testudo. You're approachable. So shields and all healing. But this dude doesn't do any shields. Okay, that is true. Has 10%. Increase the strength of shields and healing. Nah, not that great. 5% boost to counterattack. Okay, that would actually make him a bit more prickly to attack. I guess. Whenever the troop receives a shield or healing, the strength. So you're getting a lot more heals. It's low-key better than the scroll. Funny enough. Skill damage resistance. Okay, actually kind of relevant now with all the Wedge 2 stuff. Whenever he heals, so that, okay, 3.5% bonus damage. That's pretty good. Rock solid. So a lot of healing, but let's see the circle formation. Okay, so boost the counterattack damage. Okay, so circle formation is probably going to be more relevant here. So more healing. So increase even more healing. So go figure. Skill damage resistance, relevant. It gains a 5% bonus to damage dealt. It's like long cooldown, but it is what it is. So this one feels a bit more relevant. When the troop receives smite damage, it has a 50% chance to reduce attacker's rage gain speed. So this is like the Ivar counter as well. Cleanse 1 debuff, deal 5% damage. Well, here's the thing with these. For every 10%, obviously this can scale pretty decent if it's a long-lasting rally and defense. But the more damage, less troops you have, the more damage you deal anyway, so not something amazing. So expertise, deal 5% more skill damage and true damage. Okay, so CY Hector could work with this good. When inflict with a control effect, negates the effect and deals 50% more counterattack damage. I don't know. I'm not amazed with this dude. Like, he's doing alright, but he doesn't have a lot of, I don't know. Doesn't have that something that makes him good, like say Gorgo did, or I don't know, David did. I'm just not impressed with this generation. This one. So this one is, if you're running 2 archer marches, you can run it with Herman, and you keep your QSH with YSG or ZL. And if you, I don't know, if you want to run 2 archer marches without it, I would say QSH, YSG, and Zuge Philip. I would say Philip is the cheaper option, and he does like more utility, I guess, for your own murder ball. If you're having 5 marches in the field, it will prioritize your own marches rather than just getting all these buffs and debuffs, which don't get me wrong, he can do a lot of damage, but I would say it's not a free-to-play commander. Like Shajar, I would say it's not a free-to-play commander. You know, these are the type of commanders that require a bit more, you know, something to make an impact. Whereas if you just have QSH and YSG, you can have a lot more impact than having like this on the field. And yeah, even they here themselves, they said, you know, if you run only 1 archer march, you don't really do anything. And if you're free to play with if you do archer marches, then I guess you could do it. But I would still urge you to wait for testing to see for yourself how it does and how all of these mechanics of his work, because there's a lot of mechanics in this dude which have not been here before. So obviously this could prove a bit complicated and unnecessary, really, for a free-to-play to really just do this. I use QC Zuge, got Herman also. Maybe I make a F for him. Oh, Arslan. Okay. Yes, that's the plan. If you have QSA Zuge already like cooked, ready, you don't really have a reason to just work on this dude. You could do it, obviously, but you don't have to do it. So obviously, it's always your choice who you want to work on. But my advice is, if you only got one archer march, you have your QSH, you have your YSG, and your ZL. You're pretty good. All right, nothing really changes, and especially that march got even stronger now with all the skill damage changes with wedge formation. I got ZL 5111, but I'm not understanding because he's so old. I guess, yeah, if you're a new player coming to Caesar Conquest, you're working at QSH and you want to have like the next commander. I know it gets kind of tricky working on ZL, but that's why you kind of work on YSG before that. Then you have like a march that's ready to go. Maybe they release KVK Story Archers. Yes, yes, I had this in mind as well. Good point. So I was waiting for the patch notes to really make that kind of assumption, but the patch notes that we got in Discord, yeah, I think it's Discord, right? Announcements. Blind. Okay, there it is. So anything that I've seen here, server news. No, rock news. Yes, here. So everything that I've seen here doesn't include any type of new KVK story coming anytime soon. So once we see a text that says new, KVK story coming, that's when you actually have, a hunch that they're going to release another KVK commander. They did that with Ragnar, with King of All Britain. They did it with Achilles and Hector with Song of Troy. And those commanders were infantry, cavalry, and leadership, I would say. Like leadership is Hector. And now the thing that's really left is archers and like siege. But I would say archers will be the priority. So depending on what the story is, like what type of event is based on, we can kind of make assumptions on which type of commander will it be. So keep a lookout on that. We might be having that maybe after this update, maybe in the fall, maybe around the anniversary event. We don't really know. I'm XQ Sage and not pairing with an AA. I mean, yeah, I guess if you don't have YSG, if you have ZL working on the newest thing is the best thing. But let me see the synergy once again. I might be missing something. So you obviously want QSH first. But yeah, the Pierce actually with QSH could prove to be quite nice. So QSH affects 6 targets. You have like, but does he have debuffs? Pierce is affected, heroic lion, no good archery skills. That is his second skill. Poison is afflicted by Herman and Tommy. Slow the buffs. Artifacts. So QSH's skill tree, he doesn't have support tree, so he doesn't have slows. Normal debuffs include effects that reduce target's troops attack, defense, health, or healing received. So QSH, he doesn't have any of this. He just has damage, rage consumed, drains rage. So that's not something that will actually work. So you're not going to be doing a lot of pierce. The only type of pierce you'll get is from his active skill, from Alp, and from his second skill, which is not going to be a lot of piercing there. So it can definitely work, but I don't know how good it's going to do before I do some testing. I tested with Al and it's better than QSA ZL. Interesting. Interesting. Where did you test it? In the simulator? So when it comes to simulator, I always say this myself. If you're doing this like a 1v1 or something, you're not going to get, just going to get a rough picture. You're not going to get the whole picture. So QSA ZL does circle damage basically, so you're going to be doing a lot more damage, easier. But depending on how you play, you may actually get better reports by, focusing on the target. It just depends on how you play. But I'm going to do this some testing myself, probably later this week, maybe earlier. I have a couple days, free, so I can do something. But I feel like it's going to be like QSH with Shajar. You could run that March, and that March is very tanky, and for altars it's great. But it's not better than like the meta YSG or ZL. Like sometimes you can just tell the developers want a commander that's going to be paired with a commander, and you just leave it be. And I think Alp is really just for Herman. Well, not just for Herman, but like I said, the circumstances around this release, he makes these type of buffs and debuffs more potent to more targets. Herman does a lot of skill damage stacks, and we have the new Wedge 2 formation, which basically has every skill damage doing more, skill damage commander doing more damage. So I think it all ties up nicely just to have another revival of skill damage on the field, which has been overshadowed pretty much by Smite and Combo. And only QSH could really kind of make a difference there, for the most part. Speaking of, it's Codex. So the scroll for Wedge. Oh yeah, I haven't checked this yet, but how does the wishlist work now? Okay, so the wishlist prioritizes the newer version. Okay. That's good to know. Codex? Yeah, this is really good for QSH. Really good. Yeah, you know what? I got a lot of gems, and I've been itching to do this and all of that, so probably don't do this, but you know. Shop. Where is the shop? Not this shop. This shop. 30k, just like that. Gone. Poof. Now, don't do this. If you get the autark, you get the autark. You do it this way. But I don't really care that much about this account. Like, I'm using it for very specific purposes, so I'm not really going to make a fuss about. Obviously, I'll never do this on my main account, but hey. Sexy. Very nice. I got scared for a second, like, where the hell is my armament, man? What happened to it? Okay. So, artisan is also a very nice description for if you have like a regular armament. 3% more skill damage and more counterattack damage is really good for QSH. Don't do it. I know the consequences. I know, but it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm only using this account for very, you know, I'm not trying to achieve much with this account. Just having some fun with it and use it for arc. Nothing special. Oh, and yeah, I just want to get this to like 10 billion or something kill points so I can round it up. But, you know, we shall see how it goes. Maneuvers at ease. Well, didn't they mention this in the patch notes as well? That something was changed, or was it that just a text change? Let's check that out as well. I know they mentioned something there. So, maneuver at ease, there it is. Within 5 seconds after using an active skill, for every 3 instances of basic attack, the next basic attack will have its damage converted into direct damage. So, if I remember, if you have this on QSH, it might delay your skill cycle. If you have like, if you affect 6 targets, it might delay your whole rage cycle and stuff like that. But if you're using on any other type of skill damage commander, you won't have any of these problems. So, you know, QSH is unique, so probably won't make that much of a difference because you still get, you know, damage resistance and makes you a bit more tankier, more durable, which kind of, I would guess, kind of evens it all out. And you get a lot, you get some DPS out of it, but it kind of delays it, and which is why on my main account I didn't really go for it. But here I already had the opportunity, and I would say, why not? Let me see for myself how does it do in KVK in Arc. But balanced is let's see, balanced doesn't do much. Actually, it does. I mixed this with the spirited inscription, which is pretty bad. Honestly, for QSH, I would keep balanced because the normal damage resistance is pretty relevant. That means you're taking less damage from combo and smite, pretty much, kinda, from smite, from combo. Plus, you get 8% more skill damage, which will affect, you know, more than your average skill damage commander. Yeah, so if you're running on QSH, I will run balanced, but if you're running any other type of skill damage commander, I will run maneuver. I think that's the verdict I will have. When will the new KVK story be released? Well, the Troy was released like November, like in like around that part. So maybe once again in November, maybe a bit earlier, like September. Maybe they bring another map. If they see another community gathering, I'm probably gonna see after that happens. You know, sneak peek, preview, and after that we can make our assumptions. I think that is fair thing to say, honestly. Okay. Let me just see if I make those messages last on the screen. Okay. Widgets. Chat overlay. All right, there we go. Should be better now. All right. Well, my kingdom is pretty... Well, we got some people in, but nothing too crazy. We're still relatively small. I don't even know if we are low A or B anymore. It's very blurry sometimes. But Tides of War. This is a story mode we played a couple times now, pretty successfully. So Tides is all about having march speed from forts, and your garrison captains aren't dying. So that's really good news for us. We don't have to refresh. We just set our best captains. We just fill it and enjoy the reports, because we have actually very OP garrisons in 85. And let's see. Oh yeah, I got 2 fragments. So for if I get the autarch, if I get 10 million kills, which I think I will, what will I even get? Probably another herald, probably. Already got 2 toppers, I got 1 trasher, and yeah, it's probably gonna replace the hunter, I guess. Yeah. So the pioneer is about the chronicles. Yeah. So cannot be skipped. Easy rewards. Hello, sir, big fan. Yes, big fan. So now let's do some behind the scenes right now. I got this bot right now. Don't steal my data, please. Okay, copy. We're gonna do some. We're gonna do some magic of streaming. Okay, now it's good. Should I swap boiling blood for sore? Yes. Yes. So boiling blood. Let's start with sore because I got this right now. So sore gives you 2% flat. All right. Nothing special. But if you're using this on QSH, this is pretty good. Every 600 rage gain, you get all this bonus damage. Plus you get the damage reduction as well. Boiling blood is all about damage mitigation. Yeah, you're just reducing the incoming damage and you get 2% bonus, you know. So sword gives you more damage overall. And it's definitely worth the three stones. And out of the two Wedge 2 rare inscriptions, like I would say, I mean they're all pretty good, let's be honest. They're all pretty good. This one, I don't know, not that great, but the instrument rare inscription pretty good. I would put it like number 1. And then Divine Stab, obviously stats number 2, number 3, and number 4. So for anyone just joined, we did 28 floors with 342 hammers. We got our desired blueprint in full and even more than that. But unfortunately, we do not have the mats to actually make it happen. Because I spent a lot of mats trying to awaken a lot of things during this mob event. So, yeah. And I wanted to do this stream because I had 300. I never had more than like 100 hammers before. And like, you know what? Let's do it. And I got a couple one taps. I think like 3 floors with one taps. So I might even clip that for like YouTube shorts or something. But we got some events coming around. Car Rock ceremony is always good to see. This account has 1,000 sculptures left. And this account has Herman. So I'm just gonna say that it has Herman. So I might work on the new archer guy here just to see the impact, how he does, because this account does two archer marches. And I'm currently using Zuge Philip, which you know is not bad. Okay, he gives you a lot of health as well, march speed. 35% health and 20% march speed for archers is pretty good. You deal more damage and you reduce the rage. And you buff your own lineup. So I've been using it arc so far. Can't complain. Cannot complain. Fragment stones. I did get one yesterday and I'm gonna get one tomorrow. And in the other account I got also 2. Like I got one yesterday but I didn't see it because it didn't scroll all the way down. And I got one today from dispatch. So if we get fragment every day, and you know you need 10 to make a stone, that is a pretty good ratio. Okay, that's not bad. So we can basically get one stone every 10 days. 3 stones per month. 36 stones per year? Actually, maybe not. If they add more events to make conversion stones happen. Although they did mention they might add them here. I think they might add them here, if I remember. Wait. I don't think it's here. It's here. Right. But higher than that figure. Okay, so my calculations were different. So roughly consistent with the baseline acquisition level of the previous system. So you get 10 from KVK every 3 months. And you get like, I don't think even all kingdoms play like three KVKs. If they play 4, that's a stretch. But even if the 4 KVKs per year is 40 stones. So I guess I'm not far off from 36. Which, adding them to the PvE modes. Yeah, I would actually like this because Realm of Mystique needs that reward to, you know, make it more appealing. Yeah, this is the one. So this one makes sense. Providing more stable product acquisition methods. Yeah. One stone, $9 bundle. Yeah. Yeah, very cheap, right? Very cheap. But yeah, I see people actually buy that first tier bundle every month because it's value. But, you know, I don't know about that. Hello, Alessandro. Welcome. Welcome to the stream, brother. We've been doing this, whoa, for an hour and something. We already did the hunt for history pretty successfully. We came to the conclusion that the new archer is going to be really for 2 archer players. If you already have a 1 QSH, YSG or ZL March, you probably can skip this archer, which I would say is good news for free to play because that actually gives you more time to either finish the meta commanders or save up for the next meta commander, which might be the new KVK story commander, which we don't know the details yet. But after these archers we get leadership or ranged or both. So this is a good period to stock up on sculptures for the new cavalry or the new KVK commander. Yeah, let's see. Super value bundle. Yeah, 10 euros for 1 stone. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. This one is even worse. The transportation crystals are very, very valuable. And you can see just by how much they're valued. And this is just the first tier. Is it like a one-time purchase? I think this is a monthly bundle, right? Or something like that. Not a bundle guy, but you get the idea. KVK commander will be Chinese? Yeah, yeah, yeah. If the commander is Chinese, hoard some heads. You're gonna need it. That's all I'm going to say. Because look at this. Chinese, 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 Chinese. Meta pairing, meta pairing. Very easy pattern. Per day. What? No. Daily bundle? Wow. I'm actually really curious to see how much money this bundle brings in because whales go through these tunnels like nothing, and if they don't get the stats they want these crystals. Jeez, man. Yeah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Because a lot of armaments here in this account are locked behind the. Let's go to the Gorgo. All of these are basically locked. Oh shit. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I forgot this armor can be actually improved. Okay, I gotta remember this. But let's say this one. Yeah, this one is locked. Okay, pretty much locked. Okay, yeah, this one is locked, but it's pretty good. And this one, pretty good. Like, you don't really need to improve this. This is pretty good. I think this is all for the archers. The archers are ones who needed more rerolls, like this one. Yeah. I really hope so too. I really hope so too. I need a lot of kills on both of these accounts. And if you take a look at the speed ups on this account, the only thing I really need is the resources. I can go ham on this account if I want. But luckily I don't need to do too much. I just need 6 coins and I don't even know how many kills I need. But I don't need that much. Yeah, I might pay that bank a visit because I thought he would have more in the inventory, but he was getting his resources elsewhere. So respect. Respect. But I'll have my sources as well. We're gonna have fun too. All depends on the type of KVK we get. If we get a good fighting KVK, the more we do streams, the more impact we have with our own commanders, testing which marches work, which doesn't, and overall just have more fun because I don't remember the last time I had fun fighting. It's probably been like half a year. The KVK is in 2293 haven't been fun. So win or lose, I don't care. Let's go. Yeah, 400 days. Let me show you my main account. I think I got 500 day as well. Okay, so this account has more resources, a bit more resources. And yeah, around 500, 600 days of speed ups. I'm building Sun Tzu Prime at the moment. 5541. Should I get the horn or ring? Honestly, I would always go for horn first on every accessory. Like horn gets you the rage, fire off things faster, especially with Sun Tzu. Ring is a bit RNG, still good, but horn is always good. That's my advice. Now, this account, what am I doing? What am I working on right now? Yeah, armaments wise, yeah, I still need to switch this, but for the time being, having more skill damage on Matthias, it's pretty good. Yeah. So here's my museum. Got one for tomorrow, and we got another one for tomorrow. Also got two of these. These are nice. Oh, okay. So you can get more than one? Oh, I didn't know this. Okay. What does it say about that? Convert the stone fragments. Okay, so I'm getting 3 fragments tomorrow. Wow, that is better than I expected. Okay, okay. So and it can go how much? From 1 to, can it go to like 3 or 4? Or is it just 2? Have you seen it? I'm actually curious about this. Because if you can get like 3 fragments with 1 dispatch, 3 is the most, still good. Very good. So, best case scenario, you could probably get a stone within 1 week. And with that, you get 4 stones per month. And that will leave you with 48 stones per year. Which is better than what we usually had with KVKs. Okay. And you usually don't need to switch more than 40 for the specials. Okay. Very good. Very good. Finally, they did something. Very good. Now I'm kinda regretting that I spent 30k gems about 20 minutes ago. But okay, okay, shit happens. It's not like I don't have gems with this account. I still have the gem supply running from the dude. Oh, not on this account, but you get the idea. Damn. Okay, this changes a lot of things. Now I actually don't have to worry about converting all of these armaments because I still have these like rare ones. Yeah. I could move these rare ones to the city garrison, for example. Forceful. Forceful on garrison would be nice. This one, no. Imploder? Yeah. Yeah, I could do something with this. Enjoy it for now. They'll adjust. Yeah, of course they will. I mean, you can't have fun too much in this game. You're not allowed to have fun for too long. Okay, I did the puzzle. Nothing to do here. Mighty as governor. Let's see what rank I'll get for Constantine. Ah. Why are you lagging, man? Come on. Well, I don't know. I think we reached... Yeah, Constantine for Canyon, of course. I got a lot of points into this dude, so might as well just finish him, you know, from keys and MGEs. Like, who else is close? Ragnar is close for expertise, and okay, Frederick not so close. But with Ragnar, I think I'll have 40, not 43, 30 legendary max. So 3, 6, 9, 11, 14, 17, 20, 23, 26, 29. And Pepin, 30. Okay, so already I have 30. Okay. Decent. But I have a lot of lock commanders. Oh yeah, annual commander resets. Yeah, that's when I'll get like the new city garrison to pair with Matthias. Yeah, that's the plan. I'm just kidding. Probably not. Probably not. But I will not say. I'm not making promises. I might actually get a pairing for Matthias. Beautiful Matthias. So this is the talent build I went for. This is my own creation. So I got strategic prowess for defense. He does the active skill quite frequently. Pretty easy way to get stats. More damage. More damage to rallies. Take less damage from swarms and rallies. Deal more counterattack for swarms. Take less damage from swarms. Take less damage from rallies. And take less damage. I would say it's a pretty decent build. Universal works for rallies, works for swarms. I'm not switching talent builds, man. Come on. Now, anything else on this account that I haven't mentioned yet? Oh yeah, this mob I got the hammer. So, wait, do I have? I have the blueprint. I just need mats, right? Yes. So I need 25, let's say 25 legendary mats. So once we enter KVK, we can get those discounted ones. Yeah, I could probably get, for the first zone, I could probably get this done. If I chain dual events, maybe buy some materials, I could get myself a crit hammer for the first time ever. Huge. That's like 32% damage or 34. Pretty nice. It's like a rune worth of damage. We got the pendant and the ring. And did I make the tweaks? Yeah, I switched my talent build for QSH. I left out Naked Rage and I went with Whistling Arrows. Yeah. Philip, nothing really changed in Philip. Got the flag. Now the siege. Siege might be even interesting now because if we get more conversion stones, I might actually get some more siege armaments going on. I don't know. Do I have any left anymore? Can I? I can't tell by the stats. Fine. Or can I? Nope. Siege. This one's pretty good for siege. This one. Yeah, I don't have any armaments left. Well, I would say that would be all for this stream. It's been a nice turnout, had some fun. Did all the things I wanted to do, and I'll catch you guys in the next video upload. I don't know when that will be. Maybe I'll test out the new archers in the simulator. Maybe I will. But until then, see you guys in the next video.